Hi, all Bones here from Oz BSA Bantams again, and we're progressing with the renovation of the D7 Pastoral. So I'm about to get stuck into the wheels, and as you can see here, grease. So these will be the original open-sided type bearings, which I hate with a vengeance. So they'll be gotten rid of, and we'll put sealed bearings in, so you don't have to have all this grease migrating out into where your your brake surfaces are and impregnating your brakes. You can see around here where it's heated up and been running down onto your brake surface. That rear brake looks pretty good. We're going pretty well, and I'll just take you around this other side and show you what we're up. Alright, so Justin's been ripping into doing the polishing. We have got the fork legs all assembled back together, new bushes, new seals, all the fork legs polished, and they went together pretty well. Our chrome stuff over the back. And that's stuff that's yet to be done. But let's go over and have a look at the tank. Okay, so all the damage that was on the tank, I've just got a little brush, and all I've done is just basically filled it for the time being to stop any more corrosion. It's not fantastic in a cosmetic sort of way. That little scuff mark is where I just sanded the edges off where the paint. It actually hadn't rubbed off. It had sort of smashed off in a big scab. So we'll wait for that paint to go off, and we'll give it a cut. It'll come up all right. It's better than what it looked like. It's not perfect, but it's all right. It'll do. I mean, the customer, if he wants to get it all cut back properly and done up by a spray painter, that's fine. But we'll get back in the wheels. And as you can see, the wheel rim's coming up all right compared to what it was. Yes, it's got some pits and that in it, but it's a lot better. So there's both our wheels done. Obviously, as you can see, they had no axles or bearings in them, so I'm into town tomorrow to get some new bearings for them. But generally, they came up pretty well. Fair bit of work in that. It's a couple of hours, but that's good. That's another jobby out of the way. Righto, so what we have there is on top is our front mudguard, and underneath is our really scabby looking rear mudguard. But if you look at this section down here, what's happened is that they've given that rear guard a dusting with a spray pack can. So once you cut through it, you can see the sheen and the luster that we're getting up back on the original enamel paint. Now the front mudguard hasn't been touched, so you can see how that came up. So that posed a bit of a dilemma about the rear guard. So I have been sanding in sections with 1200 wet and dry, and just giving it a cut back once I get the oversprayed paint layer off and get back to the original BSA enamel. And that's what we're coming up with. So I am really happy we'll be able to salvage that, because I really didn't want to have to paint anything. So having two guards that are going to be nice and shiny, because originally I thought this rear guard was going to be a bit scabby, but a little bit of work and we're going to be able to get it up. But as you can see, like that top mud guard is fantastic. So I reckon we'll be able to get this bottom one the same. So that's our fuel tank after a polish. You can see on top there the little repairs that I've done to those busted out sections. I haven't done this little corner here because I don't think the paint I've got's even going to go close. It's a real shame that they damaged the tank, because that is absolutely pristine, that tank. But I'm sure if the customer wants to take it to a panel beater and get it done, I'm sure they'll be able to colour match it properly. But just for now, they don't look $1 million. That's all done with a brush, sanded back a bit and polished up. But it'll do for now, just to get him through. couple of little touch-ups there, but yeah, that tank's really good. And obviously, as you just saw, there's the 2 mud guards there. But you can see how, even from down here, how scabby looking that rear guard is. But we'll get it up to speed. Alright, so what we're up to is reassembling the frame and all the frame components. You can see just in the corner there an engine that we've just finished. We've had a couple of days off to do that engine, but we'll get all the cycle bits on and get this thing back up into being a rolling chassis. So as you can see, we have the front end back onto the D7 Pastoral. It's gone together pretty well. New head stem bearings in it, new wheel bearings, and we've got that all sorted and we're pretty happy with that. I've got the back wheel in at the moment just so I can move the frame around. However, we do have some swing arm issues, so I'll be replacing the bushes in them and making another thrust washer up for that. But it's progressing nicely. I'll just move you around. So as you can see, the race bike down the back. So we've got the new main jets in for that, and I am just having a bit of a play around at the moment, and we've got to sort of get onto this. I mean, time's getting away and we're only 6 weeks away from the races over in South Australia, so we'll keep going on with that. We've just had another customer bike in for we've done an engine rebuild on that. That's in the bike, and that customer's driven all the way over from South Australia, so we just went out for a run this morning. As you can see, I'm not in workshop attire because it's about 37 degrees in this shed at the moment. It's a bit warm to be in the shed, so and it's a weekend, so I do actually take some time off and just fix some bikes. I think that'll just about do for this video, so I really hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, thanks to all my subscribers, new and old. I really appreciate your input and everything like that. So from us at Oz BSA Bantams, we'll see you later.